You are holding a page that feels heavy with endings, a page stained with the dust of plans that did not flourish and hours that did not return. You have stood at the window of your own story and wondered whether the light will come back to this room. Hear this gentle truth. Endings are smaller than they feel, and my mercy is wider than your horizon. There is a voice beneath your noise and storms, a quiet thread running through every sentence of your life, and I am that still voice, patient and near. Do not measure your worth by the ache of this moment. Pain is a poor cartographer. It draws the map with trembling hands and forgets the roads that are opening beyond the hills. I am the author who writes with morning on the tip of his pen, and what you call a final line is only a breath between paragraphs. Trust the space, even when it looks empty. Trust the pause, even when it rings in your chest. Trust the pen in my hand. You have survived chapters that once swore they would swallow you. You walked out of rooms that were locked from the inside, carrying keys you did not know I had slipped into your palm. Remember those nights when hope was a candle stub, and yet the dawn still found your window. Remember how grief came to teach you tenderness, and how failure trained your sight to recognize small beginnings. These remembrances are stones of remembrance. Stack them, and see an altar rise. Do not despise the slow work that hides beneath ordinary days. The seeds I plant in hidden soil never forget the direction of the sun. When nothing seems to move, roots are writing their quiet scripture. When prayers feel unanswered, faith is learning the dialect of patience. When doors do not open, I am sanding edges so that hinges sing instead of shriek. The unseen labor will not be wasted. Every humble hour becomes a bridge to a better shore. You fear that you have missed your chance, that you fumbled the sacred thread, and now the tapestry will always show a gap. But I am the weaver who never runs out of color. I gather torn threads and wind them into strength. I do not discard the cloth of your story. I mend it with grace that looks ordinary from the front and astounding from the back. If you could see how intricately I have tied sorrow to wisdom and disappointment to courage, your breath would steady. Some days the world speaks in thunder. Other days it argues with 1,000 whispers that are not mine. Let me anchor your hearing. I will teach you to locate peace the way sailors learn to hear the shore in the shape of the waves. You will recognize me in the gentleness that refuses to rush you, in the firmness that rescues you from self-accusation, in the kindness that does not flatter but frees. My presence may be quiet, but it is never absent. Lift your eyes from the footnotes of worry and trace the headline I am placing over you. Restoration is underway. There are repairs you cannot yet see because scaffolding blocks the view. There are relationships I am softening with time and truth. There are doors I am fitting to frames you once thought were crooked forever. Do not stare at the rubble and predict the architecture. Wait for the blueprint I am unfolding inside your patience. Do not call yourself by the names that despair suggests in the dark. You are not your delay. You are not your detour. You are not your debt, your diagnosis, or your doubts. You are the beloved, carried on everlasting arms, taught by storms to read the sky, escorted by goodness and mercy even when your footsteps stagger. I am not tallying your stumbles. I am training your stride. I am not fixated on your record. I am shaping your readiness. I know the rooms of your heart where certain doors remain closed because memory stands guard. Let me be the one who knocks softly and waits without leaving. I am not here to relitigate your past. I am here to redeem it. I will not force you into courage. I will companion you until courage slips its hand into yours. Where others gave ultimatums, I offer invitations. Where others demanded proof, I provide presence. You ask for certainty, but certainty is a fragile raft. I offer something sturdier, covenant. I bind myself to you with promises that outlast weather and seasons. When fear pulls the alarm, remember that alarms are designed to be loud and brief. My faithfulness is designed to be steady and long. Learn the rhythm of abiding. Let prayer be the porch where we sit together in the cool of the day, where questions can breathe and burdens find a lap to rest upon. If this message has met you in a needed place, would you support the journey by tapping the like, leaving a thoughtful comment, sharing this with someone who needs it, and subscribing to stay close to future words? Thank you for being here. Your presence helps this ministry reach more hearts. Now breathe. You are not late to your own life. The calendar that matters most is the one I keep in my heart, and it does not shame you for what could have been. It points you toward what is becoming. I am not hurried, and I will not hurry you. The transformation I am working is thorough. The kindness I extend is deliberate, and the doors I open will be sized to your growth, not your fears. Let us talk about the valley, the one you wish you could edit out of your story. Valleys are not punishment. They are classrooms where the ceiling is sky and the floor teaches humility. In the valley, you learn that shadows do not indicate abandonment. They reveal the contours of a landscape you will soon inhabit with confidence. In the valley, you find manna you would have overlooked on a mountain. Do not rush past what the valley is gifting to your future self. I am not offended by your questions. I shaped your mind to inquire and your heart to discern. When your theology and your tears argue with each other, I sit with both until they soften. Bring me your contradictions. They are raw material for wisdom. Bring me your silence. It is not empty to me. Bring me your anger. I will teach it to fight for you rather than against you. Nothing you carry disqualifies you from being carried. You worry that hope will embarrass you. Hope, you think, is naive, poorly informed, unprepared for reality. Listen carefully. Hope in flimsy things is fragile, but hope in me is an anchor sunk into bedrock. It does not deny waves. It holds fast beneath them. It does not close its eyes. It keeps them open until dawn arrives. Let your expectations be trained by my character, not by yesterday's headlines. I am not a rumor. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I am teaching you to end a chapter without ending your trust. Close the page with reverence, not regret. Thank it for what it taught you about strength you did not know you had, boundaries you finally honored, tenderness you allowed yourself to feel. Then, with your hands still trembling, turn the paper. The hinge between pages is thin, but it is strong enough to carry the weight of your future. I built it that way. There are names you will answer to in the next season. Builder, peacemaker, patient one, brave one, steward of small wonders. These names will not arrive as badges. They will grow on you the way morning grows on the edge of night. I will introduce you to rooms where you once felt unqualified, and you will find that humility opens more doors than bravado ever could. I will seat you at tables where your story makes others breathe easier again. Your prayers are not lost letters. They are planted words. Some sprout quickly, teaching you gratitude. Others break the soil late, teaching you perseverance. Others become trees that outlive you, teaching you legacy. Trust me with timelines that exceed your sight. Trust me with outcomes you cannot script. When you release control, you make room for surprises that fit you better than the plans you clutched. Forgive yourself for not knowing sooner what you are learning now. Forgive the younger you who made choices from a smaller map. I forgive you freely. Join me in the kindness that refuses to weaponize hindsight. Mercy is not an eraser that denies truth. It is a healer that closes wounds without closing wisdom. Walk forward lightened, not lightheaded, and let gratitude become the new gravity around which your decisions orbit. There will be days when courage feels like a posture rather than a feeling. Stand anyway. Stand gently, with knees that remember they can kneel. Stand firmly, with a spine that remembers it was designed to bow only to love. When criticism misreads your growth, bless and keep building. When fear rehearses catastrophe, step into the day you actually have, not the one your dread is staging. I am in the day you have. Meet me there. I am preparing friendships that tell the truth kindly and celebrations that fit you without costume. I am preparing work that aligns with your integrity and rest that restores you without guilt. I am preparing reconciliations that do not rewrite history, but write hope into it. And I am preparing holy interruptions that reroute you from smaller destinies. Your life will not be a museum of pain. It will be a garden where old scars become soft paths for others to walk toward healing. Listen to the way possibility hums at the edges of your fatigue. That hum is my promise reminding your spirit that we are not finished. You have more sentences to write with your choices, more music to make with your presence, more open windows to offer the world. Hold the pen loosely, but keep it in your hand. Keep your heart teachable. Keep your eyes on the one who walks with you between what has been and what is unfolding. And now, as the page turns, let me say it plainly so that even the timid places in you can hear. This chapter is not the end. It is the doorway to the chapter you could not have written without it.